mureke turuzane bantu mwe turaje kweza ekintu kirangu abeshitongore cy'amahamba yitwaho shemeye kwatanisa n'abantu aba bagenzi bita ba ministry aba beno bakuregana nabo ubutantu shuma hariya hino nahura yabuza mukande ndaganiriya so ahano akakaciwe kandi cyo karayo kagamba kujangu umwembuye mwinenda gane ezimwine na naba beno bakoramo ko kugire mwakorayo so na uwa nayo yaheza kwija kutwara ubushobozi bwo kutwara ihamberi ishimiye kugarukamo ikashitamanimwe mukarebe ndenda gane cyebene gamba girangu ejo program egumizemo.
UA should monitor human wildlife interactions, manage problem animals and address any potential conflicts.
Nguwe shimiye kureba okwenyamishwa n'abantu okumbe numukwatagana ningashi enyamisho kuzezi bene zibonera ningashi mu abantu mukagenda mukaza kuteganisa enyamishwa uwangwe shemiye kukirebamo kandi kateka hempende zo kugira ngo eco kirgeho then kugira ngo abantu n'enyamishwa ziture kumwe atariho okonerana.
UA should charge fees for services it may offer or licenses, rights and any other permissions that it may grant during the period.
UA shemiye kutekaho emihendo yesente zo kushashura omirimo shemiye kubane korego mpaka nkebyo burambuzi then kugira ngo eze sente ziyambe abantu baburijo hamwe na government kongera ngo kurekeri hambara kagumaho.
Tell them this fees is not for them, it's for tourists.
Eze sente tuzikubane tuzirabenezo rwo muri imwe zakubanezo rwo mbazungu ngo kuchifu warden yabagambire eze sente zaheza kwija inezirabenezo bikwa hanyuma yo mwaka gumwe zikija kandi zikagaruka muri imwe
zikabagaza. If you are to access resources from the forest, you access them for free, not for fees.
Imwe haza kugiremo kubana mwenda kwija kuza kwenda yongo omwihamba imwe numuza yabwabusha ngo twagambire aba hariho endaganira kubekozwe hagati ya yimwe hamwe na nitwe then tukatekaho ubwiro butushemiye kubantuzayo n'ekitemiye kubantu yihaye.
Who is supposed to submit monthly and quarterly reports to government on the status of management of the forest.
And wangu yeshemiye kubane netwara reports za buri kwezi na buri mwaka ahabikwatirine no ku erihambo ku ruyono rubaho.
And finally, UA is supposed to perform any other duties incidental or consequential to its statutory functions under the laws of Uganda.
Icyameru nkigirangu abeshitongere cyihamba nabaza kora buri kimwe cyona ekikwetagisa umuberagiro kugira ngo erihamba ryagumaho kandi tigyasisikara.
And this was dated 7th of July 2026 and signed by Honorable Minister for Tourism, Honorable Tom Butime, on behalf of government.
Ebi ngubikahandikwa ebiro musanzu okwa munana
July.
Ebiro musanzu kwa musanzu 2026 kikasayiningwa Minister Tom Butime Honorable owebya oburambuzi.
And the general notice appeared on the Gazette on the 31st of July 2026.
Kandi ekikiza kushora kutegwa mu nkora ebirashatu na kimwe byo kwa musanzu mwaka 2026.
So these are the 16 roles that we are being entrusted to play.
So yo gi 16 ekwasibwe abeshitongore cyo by'oburambuzi ekibara abeno bakora kugira ngo parliament ubwire kubura hice ekuze Ecyuya igikore national park mukabwindi ninga mugahinga na parks ezindi.
So in conserving this place, we use the Constitution and other related laws like the Wildlife Act.
Kurinda amahamba nkaga keje Ecyuya okwera ze kubihamba nkerindi na mugahinga na bwindi inekiragiro ekitwebembera itwe nkabakozi kugira ngo kore mirimo yito mu mateka.
might be thinking that for us we only deal with animals.
Abamwe muri imwe numbasa kuteeka ngu ekitongole kya Uganda Wildlife Authority ntureberera enyamaishwa zonka.
I want to give you the definition of wildlife.
Naenda kubagambira wildlife ekikumanyisa.
According to the interpretation section of the Act.
Kurugerera ekiragiro kukigamba.
So it says wildlife means any wild plant or animals.
Jirangu wildlife nkimanyisa ekimera ninga enyamaishwa ebyomwihanga.
And what is important that all wild plants and all wild animals are wildlife.
Gwekikuru munonga nkimanyisa ngu ebimera hamwe n'enyamaishwa byona byetwa wildlife.
That are
ebyobuhangwa.
Now, why are we keeping these resources? Section 3 says that ownership of any wild animal or plant existing in the wild habitat in Uganda is vested in government on behalf of the citizen of this country.
Bagirangu okubaho kwebyo ebintu ebimera ebyo hamwe n'enyamaishwa okubaho kwabyo nukubaho abw'abantu ba Uganda.
So we are keeping it on your behalf. They are yours.
So itwe turiyo ntubirinda aha bwanyu n'ebyanyu.
Now section 29 talks about general offenses that are prohibited to be committed in these conservation areas.
Hariho akacweka ka 29 nikagamba aha bifubiro teka ngihamba.
So it says anybody who hunts, who takes, who injures, or who disturbs any wildlife, any wild plant or wild animal commits an offense.
Kagirangu umuntu wena arukinga enyamaishwa naba yakora omushamba.
Anybody who destroys any object of geomorphological or archaeological structures commits an offense. For example, the pillars, the boundary pillars.
Omuntu wena arukushangwa asisire ekintu ekikuba kitibweho kwereka ngu eri nihamba kandi ahantu horushemewe kuba n'orukoma yahereza example ya boundary markers ebyo bisiminti ebikuba bitibwe hariya aha ruhenda naba yakora omushamba.
The person who prepares land for cultivation in the forest there commits an offense.
Omuntu arikuza omwihamba muriya akahinga ningashi akatebekanisa omwanya gw'okuhingamu nawe naba yakora omushamba.
The person who drives, conveys or introduces any wild animal into the protected area commits an offense.
Omuntu arikubaasa kureeta enyamaishwa ningashi akagifunya akagiha omubantu akagitwara omwihamba enyamaishwa nk'ente, embuzi, entaama nawe naba yakora omushamba.
This is the wild animals. This is the wild animals. If you bring wild animals which were not previously here, you might be bringing, thinking that you are bringing, and when research has not been done, when you're actually bringing animals that are coming to destroy this place. So there are procedures for bringing. They do research to find out, can it live here, things like that.
Ahecha kumanyisa nobasa kubogyaho jiro tubitukanindga hihi na Ecyuya utukanje ndende babuni njihe karuma njirete Ecyuya tutabanize kuchondoza ningashi ekiba kweta research kandi ojo shange babu enkobeje wagireta eshishe ebimera ningashi enyamisho zinde zikuba zirumu niwe noba wakora omushango.
Then a person who willfully drives, conveys or introduces domestic animals. Domestic animals, these are cows, goats, sheep, dogs, into the forest, into the protected areas, commits an offense.
Ekyo kyona nabagambire wano basa kukwata enyamishwa nkente, amatungo nkente, embuzi, entaama, embwa n'ebindi okabikwata okabiteeka omwihamba niwe no wakora enshobi.
Or if you allow them to stray, and those animals were probably under your charge, and you allow them to stray willfully, you don't look after them, you also commit an offense.
Ninga shuwabo jaho oritsize ningo rinko mukoka jiro tkambanze na kunywa ka chai ninga mpumure ente ninga embuzi zikakutoroka ho zikataho umuntu ankompa kunkazi ya hansi yo mukono go ningo mukamazo iwe no bakora umushamba.
The person who starts to maintain fire, you know fire is dangerous. It can burn the entire forest, isn't it? Yeah. So when you start fire there, you commit an offense. Some of you want to look for honey with the fire and what have you. That fire can end up burning the entire forest. So that's why we don't want fire in the what? In the forest. You end up destroying the entire forest. So when you start fire there, or you maintain fire there, you commit an offense.
Ukandi wagenda ukahemba umuriro mpaka ninga shi waza yugire nko kuhakura arayi nkora bankashangana botya makara ninga shi umuringo gono katanduko umuriro haza gukosya paka gukashishe kibera cyona kikahwa niwe no wakora umushanga.
Then for those who want to enter there, section 30 is saying that when you enter the park or the forest without authority, you commit an offense.
Urunyuriro rwa 30 nurugirangu abo kunda kutaha omwihamba utine rusa ngaba butwabugana yo bwo kuza Rwanda no kurugayo niwe no mushango nambo yabo twabugana twabagambira.
By the way, it also says when you attempt to enter is also an offense.
Then he no bundo bwo kubori inkaho kajot tukanze kuronda kacucu mwihamba utkonka sikuba kunkwa ukashanga no jiro to tukanze yo ukizo tukandiga yo tukanze konkito tukakureba ubwo nagwe nuguba gwa umushango
no mushango. So aroch hubiro when you do that